It's War Dragon time, RPW here with another video to the Beginner's Guide to War Dragon series. Now this month we're going over a 4-part series where we discuss how you can best fly dragons. Now I've called this series the Flying Dragons 101. On week 1 we went over the overview of all dragons and how you fly them specific to the type of dragon that they are. So that would be their class. Now there are 3 classes within War Dragons. There's your warrior, your sorcerer, and your hunter. Now if you really need to know about this, be sure to go check out the video and I will discuss the differences and how you use them. In week 2 we went over warriors and how you can use them and their spell sets, and last week we went over sorcerers. Now this week is all about hunter dragons. Now I don't have a whole lot of experience with a hunter. I mean I do in the sense that I've used them, but I wouldn't consider myself an avid hunter flying, player. So of course I enlisted in a fellow War Dragon friend slash YouTuber, someone who likes to do YouTube videos and teach just the same as myself or Odin's Nemesis, and he's going to go over hunters with us a little bit later in this video. But first, let's introduce the hunter dragon. Now the dragon featured in this image is actually Hafsat. And Hafsat is a very cool dragon you're going to be very excited to get one day. There are lots of videos on him where he can go much larger than his maximum power due to his spells. Which brings me to the point that hunters are known for their spell sets, which some combinations allow you to take very high bases. Now, hunters don't necessarily have, the best health on the game, nor do they end up with a shield very often. There are some with them, so the health can be a slight issue. And then make sure you do your research, because sometimes the hunter issues can be the fact that you're not doing your research because of the ammunition that you gain in the research center. All right, let's go ahead and jump in the game. I have a few hunters out that we'll just do a brief description of each one. Gargola, one of my first. This is one of the prettiest dragons in the game to me personally. Now, Gargola has the sacrifice, stone form, the extract essence, and a resistance to turrets. So the sacrifice spell is really cool because you can use this to give yourself more rage. The stone form, which isn't the best of shields, but it does help prevent so much, damage coming to your dragon. And then the extract essence is a multiple spell. Now we're going to jump on over to the next dragon here. This is Ember. Now, Ember has a very famous spell set. He's got the blue cloak and the red death gaze. Now, with this, you're able to do quite a bit with this dragon, but it does take some talent. And you can also have the issues of, let's say it has a red mage tower, then it can be an issue. But with this dragon, he is great for finishing up for somebody else that's maybe taken out the mages. You can come in and finish off, for example, the farms. And now that he's only a minimum heal time, he really is a great dragon to have. Now, Hafsat is a dragon I recently got, so I'm learning how to utilize him. And with Hafsat, you could take large stuff because he's got the borrowed time, the desolating sand, the time shift, and the crumble to dust. So these specific spell sets, if you work with them together in a specific way, you can actually take much larger, higher defense bases than what he can pack out. So this is going to be one of those dragons you're really going to strive for, and you really need to practice using him because it's going to help you, better your hunting skill. Now, Butterface here, which you guys know is 4, has an amazing set of spells as well. He's got an entrap, which will help, stop some stuff. He's got the vanish, which cloaks him, and then the autumn's reap, which not only brings up his health, but it also brings up his rage, which is very important. All right, and then in the background, you'll remember a lot of the hunters, just in case you're lower level, to get familiar with them here. There are many, many, many hunters to choose from, all the way back to Frigg. Yes, Frigg, Trollis, Borg, even Croman, and of course Bolt, and the famous Druid, as well as many others. So these dragons, I really suggest you get in there as you get a new one, learn its spell and learn how to utilize them, because if you can figure out a hunter dragon when the next dragons come out in the seasons, you will be able to really take advantage. Now, if you'll notice this dragon, I don't know if any of you remember it, but this is a specific dragon that came onto my channel one day. And it, of course, came with a very special interview from a very special player within the game called Skyline. He has his own channel here on YouTube that you can check out. He does a lot of tutorial videos, he does reviews of dragons, you know, flying videos and so forth. Not necessarily for the high level player, I think, or low level player. I think he does it for all. So make sure you check him out. But I've asked him, since he knows a lot about hunters, if he wouldn't mind making a video for us so that you can better understand how to fly hunters. And I think he did a really great job. And before we get this video going, you know, with him, I just want to say thank you, Skyline, for doing this, because I don't want to sound like a fool. I mean, I can deal with hunters to a point, but I'm sure that there's a lot that I would not get correct or I would say wrong. So I really appreciate your help with this today. All right, introducing Skyline.
Hi everybody, it's Skyline. First, I want to thank you, RPW, for having me in your channel. So let's get right to it. Today I'm going to be giving out some tips on how I fly hunters and what I think that makes them like great. First, if you want to have a good hunter, you're going to have like these three things. This is like the most important thing in a hunter. White disability spell like Sand and Trap or Vine are really good because hunters really need their spells to help them disable mages and towers. A healing spell is a must because hunters have the lowest health in the game, and any kind of high tower damage, they will take them down pretty quickly. And if a hunter doesn't have a way to gain his health back, he's gonna die very fast and it's not gonna be useful at all. Okay, so the most important one I will say is Cloak or some kind of dodging spell, since like I said before, there are the dragon with the lowest health in the game, so dodging high impact towers will save them a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna check if this hunter have all those three requirements to take 20 million defense power higher than my dragon. So let's see. 4 has a dodging spell, so let's check. He has a white disability spell, so check. And he also has a healing spell, check. So yeah, my dragon have the 3 requirements to take a higher level defense power than my attack power. And my Autumn's Reap will also heal, and it will give me rage, so that is a bonus. So after you've done all that, you want to study the base that you're going to attack. So you want to check where all the mages are, especially blue mages. Since the blue mages are the hunter's greatest weakness, you want to study a little bit to know at least where they are before you're ready to attack. And I see right here just one on the right, the second one is on the right, and the other blue mage is on the left side. And for some reason he made a mistake and he doesn't have any more blue mages. And blue mages towers are like the most important thing in the game because they help you out a lot. And for some reason this guy right here doesn't have it, so I just only have to worry about those 3 mages, and after that I'm like good to go and go on a rampage and do what I want, because there's no blue mage to stop me. Alright, since we did all that, we're ready to attack, so let's go. I already know there's a blue mage on the right side, so that's the first thing I'm gonna start attacking when I see it. So you destroy those lightning towers. I see that blue mage because I don't want any chance of him taking out my rage. So right here on the second island, I know there's another blue mage on the right side, so I quickly destroy it. And since I studied the base a little bit, I know that triple chair right now hitting me is level 26, and it was not going to take me a lot of damage, so I could just build a little bit of rage. I'm going to his kill island right now, and I'm going to destroy those mage towers as quickly as possible. There you go. And I'm going to hit that dark flag tower on the back, take a little bit of damage, and pause it right here. Okay, so with hunters, you're going to have to multitask a little bit, because while I was dealing damage, I had an eye for that fire turn attack coming right at me, so I just cloak on the last second before it could actually hit me, because since that's a level 40 tower, if I get hit twice with like level 40 towers that hit that hard, my hunter is gonna die real quick. So yeah, I have to keep an eye on that incoming attack that was coming to me so I could cloak it and prevent getting hit. That's why I say cloak or something to dodge is very important on hunters because it's gonna keep you alive. So I'm just gonna play it because that's what I wanted to say real quick. Okay, so right here I entrap multiple towers since I practice a little bit and I know how to entrap towers, and I got hit by that fire turret, but I didn't really care because I could get my health back fast. That's why I say getting your health back in a hunter is very important, because if you get hit like with a tower like that, you can just get it right back. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the base, since the middle island was his kill island. But one thing that I'm gonna say that now that I see a purge dragon is that I love seeing them, because that means you get free rage, because you can cancel his attack and you're not getting hit and your dragon is going slower, so you're gonna get all that rage right back. So if I was going for this tower, I mean for this part of the island, if he had high towers, I could just bring him back down because I had all my rage back. So yeah, that's some tips I could give you guys for flying hunters. But the most important tip that I haven't tell you guys yet is you need to practice with your hunters a lot, like really practice, because at the beginning you're really gonna die many times, but practice makes perfect. So don't get discouraged if you see yourself dying a lot with hunters and say, oh, these hunters are bad, they're not useful or whatever. But once you get the hang of them, you're gonna fall in love with them almost instantly, and you're probably gonna not be using many other dragons that is not hunters. But yeah, that's my tip for you guys today. Thank you again, RPW, for having me in your channel. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay awesome. See you all later. Bye.
We really appreciate you doing that for us today, Skyline, and you did an awesome job, not only with the talk but with the graphics in this video. So we are super excited to have you on, and hopefully we'll have you on again. Alright guys, so that's it on hunters today. I hope this helps you better understand them. If it did help you out, don't forget to leave my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and of course hit that little bell for notifications. Happy hunting!